I guess in terms of qualification for a client or a buyer that owns a property, do I guess they would still have to go through the same process as they did when they came in for the first time. Like for example, they have to go to the income, right? Maybe you can just walk us through a little bit of that.
So actually, the refinance process is a little easier. It's a little easier than the purchasing, right? Especially if you're buying with less than 20% down. So when you buy with less than 20% down, you're maximized at your amortization to 25 years. So it limits your ability, your purchasing power, right? Because you can't go to that, say, 30-year amortization. Some lenders still have 35. So when you refinance, you have a little more flexibility with your amortization. So you can actually even, lower your payment. Even if you're taking out more money, you might be able to keep that payment relatively the same. And obviously with rates so low, it's still an attractive option. The other thing is, with the refinancing, it opens up your options to other lenders. There are also credit unions out there that have good rates, and they don't use the same rules. They don't have to use the same rules as banks. A lot of people don't know this, but the credit unions actually operate under a different governing body than the banks do. So they have the ability to do mortgages not using the stress test. That only happens if you have 20% down or more, but they can do mortgages without the stress test. So that's a big difference. It's actually making up a big portion of mortgages right now. Some of these credit unions are getting a big chunk of them because of the qualifying limitations with the banks and the stress test, right? So I don't know if we want to get into the stress test yet, but
I guess that's one of the advantages of people going into a different lender. Aside from the 5 big banks, that they have a different type of what they could give you, right? For example, just what you just said. If you don't have to go through the stresses, it plays a big factor of what you can afford, right? Going into these buying properties, right? So which is a really good point. Okay, so